Alright, hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Posse Code, and I'm really glad to be here again with you guys. It's over. I think I released a video, the first part of this video 6 days ago, and this is the continuation part of the video. In that previous video, if you have not seen it, I will link it to any part of this, to this place. You can check any part of this video. You can quickly go and check it so that you can know where we stop and how we are able to come up with these data and all of those things. So now we want to continue to look at how we can extend this payroll further. You know, this is only for for the first week in January. Let's say we want to extend it to like the 5th week and all of those things. Like we want to extend it to the 5th week, the 6th week, and the rest of the week in the January. Let's say you want to extend it for the rest of January and all of those things. How are we going to do it? You know, this is only the week, so definitely we are going to be having the whole of this again. That would be we're going to be having another cell. Are you getting it? We're going to be having another cell that we're going to be using to create the same values that we're going to be creating. And let's see how we're going to do that. What we're going to do now is to extend these hours that was worked. We're going to extend the hours worked. I think this is our pay, right? This January and all of that. We are going to give about let's say we're going to be giving about four let me see. We're going to be giving about four rows here, like 4 columns more. You get? So let me just click insert. All right. So we're going to be having it here. So we're going to be having 4 rows more. We're going to be having this, and then this. Okay. I think that'll be the 4th one, right? Okay, so I think we're done. So since we've gotten the 4 rows, so this is going to be week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. So I don't really know how many weeks we have in January, and I guess it's actually about 4 weeks. So now, but to be sure, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be adding, you know, so that I'm going to be having a very accurate date. So I'll be adding a day to this. Okay, like I'm going to be adding like 7 days to this, because 7 days make 1 week, right? So that means at the end of the 7 days, that's when a new week is going to be starting. So what I'm going to be adding here is going to be okay. All right. So what I'm going to be adding here is this. I will just say equals this plus 7. All right. So we're going to be having January 8. Okay. So that means from here, then we'll drag it down. We'll drag it. Yeah, and then the last one. Okay, so we now have 29th of January, which is going to be that. So now what are we going to be having here? Now this is going to be the amount of week. This is going to be week hours, the week that was worked, the hours that was worked in the week, and all of those things. Week hours. And okay, let me extend this. Let me extend this down to I'm going to extend this to week hours, then I will merge and center. Okay, so this is going to be week hours and all. So I would have all of this, that week hours. So another thing I'm going to be having here is, so since I'm going to be generating these numbers, I will just generate round in between. You understand? Equals round, just like the way. If you did not know how we come about this, you should check the video and you'll be able to know. Round between cell. So it's going to be between, let's say, between 48 and, let's just say 48 and, let me say 40, no, between 30, 35 and 50, right? So that's going to be our date, and then I'm going to spread it across all cells like that, and then that's how we're going to have it. So what I'm going to have now is I'm going to copy it, then I'll paste as values. I'm going to be pasting as values so that everything is going to just align as it ought to be. So I'm going to change this to, of course, I will change this to like 48. So I will change this place. I know you understand the reason why I'm doing all of this though. So I'm going to be doing that. So I'm going to change all of this to 48, right? I'll change this to 50, and then I'll change this to, I will also change this to I also change this to about, yeah, 44. Let me give that 44. I'll change this back to 50. There's no reason why I'm doing it. I'm only doing it just because it's possible. Okay, I don't have any preference there. So that is just how it's going to be. All right. So, and then another thing, I'm going to, let me reduce this so that I will have enough of things to work with. So I have all of this ready. Okay. So let's see something. If you take a good look at this, the maximum, the minimum, and all of those. So we might need to actually spread everything, right? Yeah, you're going to have to do it. I'll have to spread everything so that I would have the minimum, the average, and every of those things. It's not, mind you, it's not more you do it immediately the way I'm doing it. So just follow your own discretion. In fact, you might even know, you might, come and say you might even try different, what's it called, different shortcut that is going to take you there faster than this. So I'm not using this. Let me remove it. Okay, let me see. This all not to be there. That's a mistake when I was doing the dragging. Okay, so that's what you should do. All right. So, and I think we are okay here. Okay, you know what? Let me take this down a bit so that we're going to have enough things to work with. All right. So, and okay, let me make this a little bit open so that we can see every values that we have in there. I think we are actually done for the first one here. So now I might need to actually look for the hourly pay. Okay, I will have to actually look for the hourly pay. You understand what I'm saying? So now hourly pay for January, I think we are going to be having more sales here. Hourly pay for January, for overtime pay. That will be overtime, over overtime overtime pay. So this overtime pay, I'll drag it to here. How many hours? Yeah, then I'll merge and center it. Okay, so that'll be overtime pay. So now for overtime pay, then I'm going to have 1st of January. Okay, so and here is going to be 1st of January. That'll be equals to this plus 7. Okay, so I'm going to have all of that for the whole of this. Okay, I'm going to have all of this. So that'll be everything there. So now for for January, for January 1, for 1st of January. Now we want to know the overtime pay for January now. How are we going to know the overtime pay for January? The overtime pay, the maximum time that everybody should work is what is 40 hours. And anything greater than 40, anything greater than 40 is overtime. Alright. So now this particular place is going to contain the overtime hours. Like we have week hours, we have the overtime hours. Now in these overtime hours, we are going to be having that anything that is greater than 40 is going to be overtime. It's going to be counted as overtime. Okay, and the maximum, let me say the maximum time that can be counted after overtime should be 40. Like if you like the maximum workers that a worker should work professionally in a week should be 40. Okay, so now anything other than that is actually what overtime. So we are going to be looking at it that, okay, let's see how many people are getting overtime now. And how are we going to actually come into that? We are going to actually use a if function. We say if, that means that is if formula. If, okay, I'm going to call on it. All right, if, since we are starting from January, if d4 is greater, sorry, now if d4 is greater than, if d4 is greater than 40, okay, we are going to tell it to do what? To if d4 is greater than, if d4 is greater than 40, that means that it should subtract the d4 from what? From 40. For 40 from the d4, we are going to be saying no, going to be this. Oh, sorry, let me take that again. Let me take that again. let me clear content. All right, I'm going to do that again. So we're going to be having if d4, say if, sorry, equals if, open your parenthesis, say if d4, sorry, if d4, okay, is greater, let me just put it, is greater than 40, then it should execute a value. Now it should execute d4 minus what now? Minus 40. All right, minus 40. Okay, so if else, or that is if false, it should enter what? 0. If the value is what? Is not true, it should what? It should enter what? 0. So what are we going to do? We just need to do what? Close the bracket and enter. Okay, so if you take a good look at it, if you draw this down, we're going to be having that everything is going to be, you see, those ones that are lesser than 30, that are lesser than 40 were counted to be what? 0. So since I'm going to be using the same formula all through, I just need to what? To drag it to the necessary place I'm dragging it to. So I'm going to be having this. That means that the all of this is going to be this, right? So what I can do here is to copy this thing, copy this particular formula and paste it again, so that I'm going to be pasting original figure, and that's going to be, you paste copy, then you click on right click, then you paste as what? As values. So they are not going to be formulas again, but just ordinary values. Now we need to calculate the role of the overtime. All right, we need to look at the overtime pay. Let me say, let's call this one overtime pay. Overtime pay. Okay, let's call this overtime pay, and I'm going to do this. So overtime pay is going to be overtime pay. So that means overtime pay is going to be pay. All right, let me just call this pay. Okay, so overtime pay now is going to be whatever it is I'm charging, I'm paying them for overtime, multiply. That means that overtime pay is going to be 0.5. That will be 0.5 multiplied by the hourly pay. That means the half of how much I'm paying them per hour. So how am I going to do that? I'm just going to do this. That will be equal to, okay, this multiplied by that will be multiplied by let me say 0.5. Okay, and then 0.5 is going to be, then you are also going to multiply it by how much they are charging per hour, like how much they worked overtime, which is this. No, in this case it's going to be this one. Okay, then you click on enter. So then that's how you're going to do for every one of those things. Okay, so for this we're going to be having 0.8. all right, so that means that for the whole of this, that means for just January, this person is going to be making about just overtime pay for January. That means that you need to create another set of, what's it called, the overtime pay. Okay, this overtime hours, the overtime pay. You need to create another set of column for this also. And what do I mean? That means that you're going to create for January the 29th of January for each of these weeks also. So creating this, I believe you already know how to do this. So what I will tell you is this. Okay, so now let me quickly show you something. You can see this long formula I wrote here. The reason is because I added every of these things together. Okay, that means this particular reference, that means C4, because I need to calculate all the overtime together, and creating new cells is going to be very, very tedious. The only thing I just need to do is what? Enter all the rows. Okay, enter all of these rows I want to calculate, then do the calculations downward. Okay, so now this is the formula. I did not show you how I wrote them, but I painstakingly wrote it. But this is what I did actually. This is C4. Okay, this is C4. That means C4 multiplied by 0.5, which is the half of whatever it is I'm paying hourly. Okay, half of whatever it is I'm paying hourly, multiply by the total number of hours that was worked at that particular place. In this case, it was 8. Okay, for the first one, it was I4, which is 10. The second one, it was J4, which is 8. The other one, which was, so that was what I just entered here. I believe you get it. You get what I did. So if in a case where you don't understand, just watch the video again. You are going to get it. So all I need to do is just to click on enter, and I'm going to be having this. So the next thing I need to do is to have a drag down to every area that I'm going to, and it's going to, so this is going to be the total. That means this is the total number of, this is the amount of money that each person is making as an overtime pay at the end of every month. Okay, so after 4 weeks, this is the amount of money that everybody is making. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is this. So I would have actually said I should, separate all of these things. Okay, so but I don't want to actually go by. But in a case whereby you don't want, in a case whereby you have ADHD like me, okay, you can create all of those spaces yourself, create an overtime. And how do you get overtime? The overtime is what is half, which is 0.5 of how much you are paying per hour, multiplied by the amount, we are multiplied by the number of overtime worked by that particular worker. Okay, so that was how we are able to actually attain this. Okay, that was why I wrote this long formula there. So that is it. So we need to just, then I dragged it down. Then how am I going to do now? Now here is not going to be C4D4 anymore. So here is now going to be, so this is going to just be C4D4, which is the total normal pay. So, and since I have overtime now, I can say, okay, so that means my total pay now, this is let me say, this is monthly pay. This is going to be monthly pay. Okay, monthly pay. So now total pay is going to come to this side. Let me merge and center it. All right, total pay is going to come there. So let me put it there. So this is going to be total pay, total. I'm just going to put total there. So this is going to be total, and what I just need to do, I just need to add this and this together, and that's it. All right, so I'm going to be adding this and this together. And how am I going to do it? That's going to be yeah, that will be this, that will be equal to, we're going to be having equals this plus this. Okay, and then you enter. So at the end of the day, then what you just need to do is what, fill it down, like Ctrl Shift down. All right, so okay, I think that didn't go well. Sorry, that didn't go well, I guess. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'll just come to this place. Let me write it again. That will be equals this plus this. Then you enter it. Then after entering it, just come to this place and double click it. It's going to fill it down. So since you have that, that means this is the total pay that is being paid by that worker every month. Okay, so this is the week hours. This is week hours. And let me, so that I'm going to have let me have this is going to be names of employees. Yeah, so I can just drag it down to this place. So I'm going to have to merge and center it. Okay, and then keep it, yeah, name of employee. So what I'm going to do now is this, just to make it colorful a bit, I would fill it. So here, okay, let me start here. Okay, now let's just have it here. So we're going to be filling it. Let's fill it with let's fill it with this. Here, let's have this to be filled with just the deeper version of this, or probably should I? No. Yeah, let's use the deeper version of this. Okay, so that is it. So this is going to be name of employees, and the letters there, let's change this to white. Okay, and then the bold, let's bold this a bit, and let's give it, yeah, that's it. So let's change this to something fine, yeah, I guess. I think, yeah, good. I don't know, just use your discretion, because as for me, I will look for something Britannic gold. No, it's not fine. Bookmark here, let me use this old style old employee. Alright, so the same thing also is what I'm going to do here. Okay, alright, so I'll just pick something random here. I would change this to green. Okay, no, don't let me do that. Don't let me do that. So I will just do this. Alright, so I will just look at what I can do. I will change this. Okay, since we're still kind of, I'm going to make it a little bit deeper. Then I'll change the color into this place. I will change it to probably white, gray. Yeah. So let's leave it like this. So in the case of this January, we are going to be having from January to this. These are the week hours, like week hours, right? All right. So week hours in this case, we are going to come to this place. Let's have it here, and then we're going to give this the perversion of it. All right. So I don't know. Just like what I said, use your own discretion. Okay. Use whatever it is you feel like using. I'm not going to stop you. All right. So and then what else? What else? Okay. Let me change the font to. I think okay. It was. I just finished using one. It's not there. All right. So area black. Let me use area black or true then. Okay. Let me use area black. I think area black is better. All right. So I think area black is better, and let me have this expanded. Yeah. So now this is it. So since we are done, and I think this is actually okay. So what we can do here is this. So let's come to this place also. Since this is just employee overtime, since it's overtime, we're going to change this. Let's change it to something sinister. Okay, let me change it to something deep black. All right. So and then I'll change the lettering to white. Okay. So I think it's too black, right? What do you think? Yeah, I think it's too black. So don't let us make it pitch black then. Let's leave it here. So now, since we have that, we can still proceed to create a employee payroll. Okay, now see, this is the overtime pay, right? Now don't forget the overtime pay. You can leave this formula there. It does not really matter. Okay, you can leave this particular formula there in the case whereby you want to make a change. All right, in any of the in any of those overtimes, like in any of the values of the workers, because it will tentatively affect the monthly pay and all. So just play around with the numbers and all of that. Okay, so when it comes to this one, I can since I'm not using it, so to say, I'm just going to be there. Okay, I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. No, this is okay. What's this? No. All right. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to let's copy everything. I'll copy it. I'll paste it as values. All right. So since I've added that, there's nothing we want to do here. We can just leave everything the way it is. So what we're going to do in essence is this. We're just going to have all of this over time. Let's add this over time. Let's have it to be let's say the overtime in this case is going to be green. Let's make it green. Let's make it green. Then let's do this. Let's make this more greener. Let's make it more. As that means should be doing. Let's make it more greener and all. So what we're going to do is this. Okay, let's make this more greener, and then we're going to I'm going to make this greener, then make this LP of white, right? I think that'll be fine. Then we put this at the middle. Okay, so that's going to be that. I think that's okay. So here also let's put the text at the middle, and then we'll set all of these total pay and all of that. We're going to say okay, let us start testing it from here. All right, so we're going to we're going to pour this. Let's use yellow here. Let's use yellow, or let's use orange. Let's use orange. Should we use let's use orange. So and we just need to change the feeling of those. If you're going to be using orange, let's make it a little bit distant. Yeah. So then here, let's make this total pay a little bit of difference. Okay. Yeah. So now this is going to be, so let's change this to area black. Okay, area black, and then here also we change it to what? Area black. So what else do we need to do? Let's come to this place and okay, I think everything. Now this employee row, we're also going to change it to area black. So since that is okay, then we are going to make this. Let's okay. Should we use something? I don't know. Let's use this, and then the text itself. Let's make it this. So since we have that, okay, since we have all of this, we can now proceed to make what else we want to do here. So what's going to be the over? We can. Okay, let me see. Hold on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag all of this minimum, maximum, average, total, minimum, maximum, average, total down to every of the places I'm actually looking for. So I'm going to have it there. I'm going to drag it, I think, yeah. So to know exactly what are the things that I need to check off. So, and then I'll check all of this. Okay, then, all right, so everything is going to be set now. So, and then I think I have some inaccuracy here. Okay, I have some inaccuracy. So here should be what? Maximum, yeah. I think those are the things you need to check in your data so as you're going to fill and check what is that. So hold on. No. Let me cancel that. You know what? Let's see what's up with this. It should be what am I doing wrong? Am I doing anything wrong? Maximum. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think this is not supposed to be there. So the maximum of this and all. So the maximum, the all of this, and then the total. The total should be what? The total here will be. No, it's not going to be max anymore. It's going to be the. No matter. It's not going to. The max here is going to be. It's not going to be total here. Okay. Now you need to check the total. So the total here is going to be all of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check it again. In fact, I might need to rewrite all of these formulas because something has changed already. So what I'm going to do is this. I will come to this place then. Total will be sum. That will be sum, and then so that will be sum of everything here. Then the average will not be max, as you can see, it's going to be average. Okay, then the average is going to be there. Then here is going to be minimum now, minimum. So make sure you always check so that there's no much error whenever you're actually doing all of this. Okay, so then when you do that, okay, so and then since that has been checked, then we can, yeah, so we can draw all of this to the end, I guess. Okay, then here also we can draw it to the end. I think you might need to do them individually. Control Shift, right? So you might need to draw them to the end to assert the needles that needs to be done. All right. Okay. So and also we might need to also do the same thing here. All right. So 50, 50, 10, 10, 10 maximum and all of that. So here, and then also we'll need to check the same thing also will be applicable to the whole of this. Okay, the whole of that also will be, you can just take it upward, yeah. Now do this, don't mind me, let me make this, yeah. So that's going to be it. And then what else? I'll come back to this place again, then center everything accordingly so that everything will be visible. So now if you look at, there are some things that are written in what's it called now, in currency here. So and it's not, it ought not to be. So we are going to select some of them and then we change them back to general. Okay, because And then in the case where we have too much of decimal points, we are going to reduce it to just 2. Okay. All right. So that's all. So those are those things we're going to actually look at. And also the same thing also is going to be applicable to this over time. Then we're going to go to there and then remove, change it back to just general. Then you reduce the what's it called, the decimal point to just 2 decimal place, and you're going to be fine. And I think we are done. So the only thing we just need to do here now is to calibrate the colors. And here we're going to give all of them, let's give it, yeah, let's give it this. So then we're going to give it, yeah, should we give it this? I don't know. Yeah, let's give it this. Then the what's it called? Should we give it this? I'm looking at something different. All right. Yeah, let's give it something different. I think this is okay. Yeah, I think this is okay. And we're going to be fine. And then what else? Yeah, I think that is it. So as you can see, this is, behold people, this is your payroll, and we are done for this video. Okay, so as you can see, every of the things that need to be done is already itemized there, and you don't even really need to do anything different. So if you follow this tutorial very well, you are going to get every bit and detail of how to create something beautiful like this. Okay, as you can see, I created this from my head, and it's just purely practical. If you can follow this, you have a project in your belt. Is that okay? So if I've given you value in this video, please do not hesitate to drop a like, drop a share, and see you in the next video, guys. In the next video, we're going to be doing another project also in this, and we're going to be creating a grade book, okay, and how to assign grades to students. All right, so see you in the next video, guys. Thank you.